Jai Hind to all and welcome to your own YouTube channel MND The Futurist. Today's update is on the most fast-paced economy of Europe, that's Germany. Germany's economy, the largest in Europe, is facing significant challenges. The country has entered a technical recession with its economy contracting by 0.3% in the first quarter of 2023, following a 0.5% contractions in the final 3 months of 2022. Germany is strategically positioned between two historical powerhouses, France to the west and Russia to the east, presenting the country with significant geopolitical challenges and opportunities. Let's understand the geography of Germany. Strategically situated on the northern European plain, Germany has historically been vulnerable to invasion. Since its unification in 1871, Germany's grand strategy has centered on mitigating threats from France and Russia. This has played out in various ways, from military campaigns in both world wars to a more subtle efforts at economic interdependence with France through the European Union. Meanwhile, Germany's membership in NATO has served as a deterrent against Russian aggression, underscoring the delicate balance of power that has defined Germany's geopolitical landscape for centuries. Now, that strategy helped Germany thrive during history's fleeting moment of US unipolar power using the intoxicating cocktail of Russian gas, Eastern European labor, US security, and European Union economic heft to export German products to China and beyond. But that's all now changing with Chinese competition, Americans' fatigue, and Russian aggression, and European Union indecision. Of course, this is an oversimplification of centuries of history, but it's the bare minimum necessary to understand the country's current predicament. Germany's stance on Russia Ukraine conflict has also undergone a significant shift. Initially, Germany prioritized maintaining economic ties with Russia, even supporting the Nord Stream 2 pipeline despite US and Eastern European concerns. Chancellor Olaf Scholz, like his predecessor Angela Merkel, was cautious not to jeopardize German Russian relations. However, as Russia's aggression intensified, Germany's approach evolved. In February 2022, Germany offered Ukraine 5,000 protective helmets, a gesture criticized for being insufficient. Later, Germany reversed its long standing policy of not sending weapons to conflict zones, ultimately providing Ukraine with substantial military aid. Today, Germany is Ukraine's top individual backer after the US having provided $17 billion US in military, humanitarian, and economic aid. Germany's defense minister has also pledged to support Ukraine as long as it takes. Now, this shift in Germany's stance reflects a growing recognition that its peace through commerce policy has failed, and a new approach is necessary to counter Russia's aggression and support Ukraine's sovereignty. Scholz has doubled down on his pro Ukraine messaging since Donald Trump election as US president. He made an unannounced visit to Kiev in early December, his first since the very beginning of the war, during which he announced an additional 685 million US dollar military package. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has reaffirmed his support for Ukraine, visiting Kiev and announcing additional military aid. His government has also pledged to remain Ukraine's strongest European supporter. However, Germany's upcoming election may impact this stance. Polls suggest differing Ukraine policies among top contenders, ranging from increased military support to reduced aid and improved ties with Russia. Meanwhile, Russia and Ukraine are also each are also pushing to maximize their leverage before Trump 2.0 potentially tries to impose some kind of settlement amid continued mixed signals. Now, NATO's new boss has also suggested Ukraine should put off any peace talks with Russia until it can push harder using incoming Western military aid. And Ukraine's leader Zelensky seems to have shifted his stance, suggesting Ukraine could stop fighting to regain land lost to Russia in exchange for NATO membership. That is, robust guarantees Russia won't invade again. Now, given that most parties appear to be preparing for a possible way out, it's worth considering Germany's possible role in Ukraine's post war scenario beyond any security guarantees. It's hard to see a post war Ukraine without a major German industrial presence, whether it's a source of labor or winning major contracts to rebuild Ukraine's tattered infrastructure, or even helping restore its damaged agricultural fields. But the degree to which Germany, Poland, and other can play this kind of role will depend on Ukraine's progress in tackling corruption, which is often tied to international financial assistance. Now, ironically, the media narrative has been pretty skeptical of Germany lately. Perhaps not unfairly. Let's have a look at it. Its demographics are skewing old. Its economy is slowing down. Its 20th century export model can't withstand 21st century headwinds, and Germany's political establishment often writes checks its rear end can't cash. But what this narrative overlooks is that when confronted with a crisis, modern Germany has outperformed. When East and West Germany unified, the narrative was that it take generations and untold billions to reintegrate East with West. Instead, it powered a new generation of German and European growth. In the late 1990s, The Economist famously described Germany as the sick man of the euro. Instead, the German DAX went on to triple way, outperforming the FTSE MIB, its Italian equivalent, and the IBEX, its Spanish equivalent. Now, Germany may hay while the sun shined during the unipolar moment of American power, which clearly papered over some more fundamental cracks in the country's political, economic, and even social reality. Underwhelming Olympic performance aside, there's no doubt that Germans have plenty of other reasons to be unhappy right now. And as the global landscape shifts and the shadows of the past re emerge, Germany is being forced to confront the underlying fissures that has been hidden beneath the surface of its prosperity, threatening to unpen the very foundation of its own society. And so, as the curtains close on this chapter, Germany stands at a crossroads. Will it find a way to address its deep seated issues and emerge stronger? Or will the cracks in its foundation prove too great to overcome? The answer, much like Germany's future remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the Germany of tomorrow will be shaped by the choices it makes today. Join us next time as we explore some more interesting stories of nations, power, and the ever changing global landscape. Do subscribe us, like, and share our content and channel. Your feedback is so valuable to us. Keep watching the channel. MND, the futurist. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.